So tired. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. I can't really spare a lot of time tonight because it's already 10 past 11 and I have to get up in the morning again. But I really wanted to keep playing, so I'm gonna get straight into it, cause I ain't got time for this shit, bruh. They added point shop items and trading cards. Yes, I'm gonna buy all of them when they lower in price, cause they're kind of expensive at the moment. Alright, let's get started. I want to try to get through as much as possible. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish it tonight, because from yesterday I start from 1, 2, what's this? Set score for ending? I don't know what that means. Load. Shit, what did I do? I'm scared. What did I do? Okay, yeah. I think that's new. Is this fixed? Oh, it is. Cool. Alright, yeah. I'll get into that another time though. Wham. Olivia, Ingo. Ah! My instincts kick in. I hop back to make space between us and the killer. I turn my back to them to become a defensive wall. I wrap my arms around Olivia's head to make sure she's 100% protected. Hey, it's me, Mr. Latigan. It took a bit to find a flashlight, but with how this room is, I look up to the shining white pterodactyl pointing the flashlight at his own face. Oh. Get off me, you git. Oof. Look, I'm not paying you two to get frisky in the closet. That's what Trigham's class is for. We're not Go away, I don't care if you invited me to watch your live. Mr. Latigan holds up a pale hand, his grin widening. Relax, I'm just joking around. He leans against the doorway to get a better look inside the dark room with his flashlight. Power's out for the whole block, and apparently our backup generator's decades old and is only keeping the AC on. Someone should get fired for that. Come on, we can wait it out in the studio. Olivia follows me out into the main classroom as we trail slowly in Mr. Latigan's wake. I love Latigan. He's so cool. He's got long hair. He's a majestic man, really. The slow sounds of his gait, I don't know, sets a nice contrast to the rain lashing against the windows. Whoa, it's really coming down outside. Think it'll flood? It floods here. Sometimes. The ground floor classroom used to have carpet, you know. Latigan starts pulling something out of his desk. But it's too dark to see what. Ugh, Don't remind me. That junk just sucked away half of a year's funding. You ever try to teach people about watercolors without the friggin' watercolors? Was ridiculous. I remember. I remember you were the most upset. Alright. He sets some tiny tea lights down on one of the desks and begins lighting them. The tiny wicks are set along with the tiniest of embers, providing the bare minimum of illumination for us to use. Won't those trigger the fire alarms? We should be fine. They're too busy by themselves. Why did I say busy? Too small by themselves. What are those for? Been saving them for a rainy day. We're gonna be stuck for a while, so why not make it a camp out? Camping? I like the sound of that. Won't we get in trouble though? It'd be trespassing, right? It's either this or trying to get home in this storm. As if to illustrate his point, the weather decides to chime in. Besides, schools are usually made with sheltering in mind. There's all kinds of procedures for this, like bringing in everyone to the gym and breaking out some really moldy cots. Olivia winces. Those haven't been replaced. Our budget has been in the red for years, Miss Halford. Part of why we're being scrutinised right now with the whole audit business. Anyway, we're the only ones left on campus, so I'm not gonna go through all that trouble. So just relax for now. I've already called a taxi for the both of you. Taxi? I made the call as soon as the power went out. It's just gonna be a while to get one ready to send out. What'll we do in the meantime? Our teacher has a wicked grin. You're not done with that homework, right? Ha ha ha. Oh, I'm kidding. Time and the storm carry on, yet things are surprisingly calm. Olivia pretends to focus on her work while I pretend to help her, but soon enough Mr. Latican starts sharing wild stories about previous semesters. My Irish teacher was like that. He'd always go on about stories instead of doing work, which is kind of why I nearly failed Irish. Nothing against you, Mr. Irish teacher. You were sound. You know, a few years back, somebody tried to take his hat right off his head. Let me tell you, I've never seen a shovel fly that fast. That sounds appropriately violent. I mean, my metalwork teacher threw a hammer at a student to get their attention. Nearly hit them. Pretty funny though. Either way, Olivia slowly loosens the facade of productivity, and I join her not long after. You know, I still owe you for ruining your one coat last year. Oh, forget about it. I have dozens of them in my closet anyways. You too? The eerie ambience from the blackout is quickly overridden by our combined laughter. Eventually, we run out of things to say and just wait quietly in each other's company. Latican slumps downwards in his chair. Whew, long day today. He glances out the window, still being assaulted by sheets of rainwater outside. Normally I'm home by now, resting. You two mind if I relax a little here? No, go ahead. Thanks. He stretches behind him, cracking his spine against the groove of the chair. Olivia, I've been meaning to say, you're usually so quiet, reverse, isolated even. I've noticed you've been a bit more friendly recently. Huh? You think so? You've been in my classes all 4 years. Of course I would. Maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned, but it hurts me to see a student hurt themselves like that. When you're in the adult world, You'll see this all the time. Once someone's in a rut, they'll tend to just stay there until their days blend together instead of lifting themselves up. Real. Latican, that's a real one. Give me that. This game is so real. Once someone... Oh yeah. Oh shit. Like, they got all the time in the world. So I'm proud of you for making an effort, Olivia. Oh, Mr. Latigan, I don't don't get flustered. Be proud, Olivia. You've managed to form a friendship. Of course, I appreciate you extending an olive branch too, Inko. Me? It's no problem, Mr. Latigan. Come on, school hours are over. You can drop the mister. I mean, it's not something to be thanking me for, is it? I'm just a friend. That is great to hear, though. You can't always navigate this world alone. Someone to keep company can really help. He can. More than you can imagine. Latican leans forward to place a hand over both of ours. He just barely makes... Oh, whoops. You're telling me I could press middle mouse to get rid of this the whole time? Oh my god. Well, he just barely makes contact with Olivia's wrist when she winces and yanks it back. Shit. Olivia, are you alright? Ow, I'm fine. That just hurt. I was fine before though. You've been trying to stay off that wrist all day. Was it that bad? It was feeling better. I even helped build those doohickeys. Print enlargers. He covers his eyes with one hand. Of course. Great move. Student's been overworking herself, and I think to give extra physical work. What am I doing? It wasn't your fault. I didn't want you to worry. I had no idea how bad it was. He leans forward again, gently holding Olivia's her wrist, inspecting it and being careful not to cause any pain. You need to take care of yourself, Olivia. If something were to happen, I know you'd be completely beside yourself. I know you were doing extra work, but how did it even get this bad? It was a lot of extra work. Doing a whole group's assignments on top of my own for the last 3 weeks, basically all my free time. It's great practice. At least that's what I was telling myself. Olivia does her best to hide her wincing as the teacher tests her arm. I never would have made it to graduation. All because of that painting you switched. She shakes her head and he shakes his head and lets go of Olivia. No, it goes further than that. That painting it was all because of the pain you've been going through all these years. All because of that first contest entry hanging in the gala. Your first venture into the art world, and it went how it did. Sorry. Olivia looks down at her hand, stretching the fingers out and in slowly, carefully. My hand moves without thought, fingers taking her hand carefully to help in some way or another. You and that painting. Our teacher palms his face and groans into it. It's a genuine good piece, Olivia. I told you that so many times. She locks up. She manages a small nod. What a horrible chain of events. I've had to witness it all these years. Watched as it's taken your friends, your self-worth. That little smile you had when you first came into my class. And now it's ruining your health. He gently lets go of the covers His own, or he gently lets go and covers his own eyes again. And I really just sat here and watched it. I was just talking about how people act like they have no more time than they have. Latican, are you alright? I'm super. I'm okay. I'm more than okay. In fact, I've made up my mind about something. You. Take her to the gala, please. There's something I want you two to see. No words, just do it, please. I nod. What are you going to show us? He stops at the door. Something you should have seen a long time ago. What was that all about? My shoes slosh noisily through the floored hallway as we slowly head back to the main building of the school. Olivia herself had used her arms to tuck her legs up into her seat, her head now resting on her knees. Latican didn't seem to care, each of his steps splashing water around and soaking his slacks. The drains in the floor are working overtime, keeping the water at a minimal level. An unsettling feeling washes over me as we enter the atrium, the interior of the school pitch black from the lack of lighting. At least we aren't dealing with wet floors, but navigating the halls in the dark is new difficulty. Olivia brought out her phone, using its flash as a light to shine our way, but I'm still unnerved. The only sound I hear is the squelches of my shoes and the awkward dripping from both Olivia and I. And it was then I realised that Latican had left us behind. Mr. Latican? Her voice bounces down the dark halls of the school. Did you see where he went? Kinda. I think he went that way. I just make out Olivia's hand pointing, thanks to her phone, towards the school's offices. I keep pushing Olivia through, taking my time as I feel my shoes threaten to slip with each step I take. It's slow going between the eerie darkness and my slow steps. What should have taken us a minute at most takes about 3 minutes for us to arrive at the gala. We're here. The storm rages against the glass ceiling. What's normally the source of the hall's natural lighting is completely obscured by the typhoon. And there's still no sign of Latican. I'm getting a feeling in my stomach right now. I don't like this. I withdraw my phone and turn its flashlight on too, in hopes to improve the situation. I can hear something else, aside from us in the rain. Something that's getting closer. A tiny red light in the distance, there with the sound. The tiny ember bounces and sways in rhythm with the odd tapping, until Mr. Latican? Bro, what the fuck are you doing, Latican? Damn, you look so fucking badass. Holy shit. Right there, Bateman. I'm frozen for a second. The thought forces its way through me. He wouldn't even hurt us. Latican, what are you doing? Something is kicked aside. It's Olivia's painting from the art contest a few weeks back. It smacks loudly against the glass casing of the display case. These are the ones, yeah. What? I'm ignored. Latican's staring right at Olivia. She's also struck fearful. But she nods. Latican takes a deep breath and faces the display. What are you gonna do with that? Hey, Latican, wait. This is a bit of extreme, isn't it? Why'd you do that? Well, at least he wasn't gonna kill us. Why did you do that? Olivia, it's gone. Both of them. This should have been done long ago. Yeah, Latican, it's crazy. I know. What about the other things in the case? Who fucking cares? Damn, Latican. Those students graduated ages ago. You know how many still do aren't? None. If they're collateral, do something else. Someone collateral, so someone else can. Fine by me. But Olivia, you got no other big painting now, do you? She shakes her head. That's a shame. Look what I just did. I can make another. Yes. That's what I need to hear. You make me so proud to hear that. But do you remember in sophomore year when you challenged me to think of something I'd wanted to do and set a goal to do it? Of course. I couldn't think of anything back then. But there has been one thing I've been wanting to do for a while now. And like you said, some company could really help. Olivia grabs my hand just a little tighter. Promise not to laugh. Never. Would you mind asking me again, Latican? Sure. I believe it was, if you could leave right now and go do anything you wanted, what would you want to do? Anything at all. Yep. I want to go see a fountain and paint it for you. Fucking brilliant. There's a fountain here. There's a park not too far from here, and you can barely see a fountain in the center of it from the window. You can't see it right now in the storm, but I want to go there. I think I know it. One sec. Yeah, Gator wife. When did you fucking comment that? I think you missed out on the whole accent scene. I think I know of it. The one in Stig Equestrian Park. That's wonderful, Olivia. Latican stumbles a bit. I rush to give him a shoulder. Some shards of glass crunching under my feet. Ha. Good thing the power's out. No cameras up or anything. Won't you get in trouble for this? I'm always in trouble for something. And ordinarily, I just take the hit. Especially for something like this. That Mia chick can take the fall. To hell with her. Olivia manages another small smile. I'm looking forward to that painting. You better get it to me. I will. And you better help. Of course. Latican motions for us to wait by the school's entrance. For a while we sit there. Do you have one, Latican? Do you have something you want to do? I'm already doing it. No, really. Really? Teaching high school is a great job that nobody ever regrets. You should pose that question to Inko there. Oh, this character development, and he's barely said a word. Alright, Inko, what about you? What do I want to do? If I could pick anything, I guess... I don't know. I don't know. I guess I can go through maybe 3 of them, see the outcomes. One sec, I just want to get a drink. Alright, I'm back. uh, Hey, for me, I choose this one. They're probably gonna call him corny. A more ambitious dream, I can get behind it. It's a bit unimaginative. That's just hate or talk. You should probably start looking more into the how and not the what. Like you would know. I can totally do it. Sure thing, Mr. Successful. Your blog doesn't even have 10 followers. You looked me up. Yeah, got bored. Come on, you're not saying that you like him. Bullshit, girl. You could at least follow me if you're gonna cyberstalk me. I'll follow you when you make good content. Also, your interpretation of Godzilla you copied from a video essay sucks, and you should feel bad. I copy Latican's motion with the axe and karate chop Olivia's legs. I didn't feel that, jackass. Well, I guess some banter is a form of motivation as well. Sounds like you have quite the promise to uphold now, Winkle. Boo. Even with the disses being thrown around, what stood out most was the wild grin on Olivia's face. Between the staccato of rain and the uproarious laughter, time seemed non-existent. I could feel the muscles in my face ache brought on by bouts of laughter and grinning, which made the taxi's arrival so disappointing. As we were escorted out to the parking lot, our mirth was replaced with something more calm, comfortable, an easy quiet that let my thoughts wander back to the things that we said to each other, back to what our tarot teacher had said, navigating the world alone. For all the time I had spent around Olivia and her friends, it never really occurred to me that she'd harbored something like loneliness. I mean, Damien alone is like a wild crowd composed of a single madman, and Liz, she's practically the group's nanny or something. The driver of the yellow van leans into his horn, and I can feel a baleful leer on me, even though the haze of fog and raindrops. Olivia draws her hood up, and I hold my jacket above my head. With a final look to Mr. Latican, we thank him. No need for thanks. Seeing my students grow and prosper into adulthood is all the reward this old fossil needs. Come on, you're not old, man. With a wave, he sends us off into the rain, to the irate taximan's van that yells at us about his burning gas. While Olivia works to get herself situated in the cab, I turn back. Mr. Latican is sagging, meandering back into the building. Oi, hurry up. Right. It's been about a week since the typhoon. The days after were surreal, with how things just realigned with the old schedule. Latican was serious when he told Olivia to keep off that wrist, He effectively banned her from painting until it got better. Meaning all week I've been doing our work as a group. It was exhausting. Yeah, it's this scene. But today I'm pretty excited. For the first time, Olivia's actually joining me on the metro. We're headed for the city. It's gonna be a bit of a trip. For the last several nights, Olivia has been using my inbox to store sketching ideas while her wrist heals. On Thursday, she even attempted to send in a few left-handed sketches, but gave up after the third or fourth malformed rat. Then Liz sent a game-changing invitation through our group chat. Her uncle was had some business in the city. Oh, one sec. And he told her she couldn't go do something with the time since it's her car. So she's invited the rest of us to join her for lunch at a fancy place. It's got us pretty thrilled. It got me pretty thrilled. Olivia understood the order to stay off her hand, but that doesn't make her less manic about wanting to get back into painting. Why'd you agree if you don't want to go? Well, a trip to the city won't suck so bad if you're here. Cute. Come on. Bro, just ask her out. Even if I really, really want to start that painting. Can't believe I'm only after learning that I can just turn on and off the fucking dialogue. I feel like such an idiot. You're almost done healing. It won't be much longer, I know it. But Latican said you should at least wait for Monday. Yeah, that too. Besides, I don't want to be around Damien while he's... Ugh. Poor guy looked positively miserable when I picked Olivia up. He was pale and shaking on the floor between his feet when left bubbling after a particularly powerful sneeze. Has it ever been that bad? It happens like once a year. It's one reason we don't share a room. One moment he's fine, the next he's inebriated. This car is weird. You ride this every day? Yep. This is even my seat. Right next to the folding accessibility seat. What? Did you start accounting for me before we even met? Maybe I did. She mouths something and rolls her eyes. But there's a clear smile after as she goes back to watching the passing buildings. Compared to a car ride together, this felt a little more intimate. Even if there are more people in close proximity, none of them paid us any mind. Just Olivia and I. Several stations later, the metro grinds to a halt at our stop. Alright, you ready? Yeah. Olivia shoos my hand away when I go to help her out the metro. We step out into the chilled air of the city. I'm already getting goosebumps. That cold front is really making itself known. We should find Liz quickly before Olivia starts shivering. Are you seeing a long, big green neck anywhere? None that I know of. Great. That sounds awesome. We look around through the alleyway into the closest shops. Maybe she's in the bathroom. I'd wait around, but I don't want to make Olivia wait out in the cold. Did we go to the wrong spot? Stop. Just text her already. Crap, right, I'm dumb. What the hey, where'd you go? Oh jeez. A moment later, her head ropes out the door of a nearby coffee shop, followed by the rest of her. Hey, Inko. Glad you guys could make it. Yeah, just got confused. Didn't know you'd be in the cafe there. Really? I've been in there the whole time. I messaged Amy and I went in to escape the cold and... Where's Damien? Oh man, he's got nasty sick right before we left. He couldn't make it. But is he fine? He'll be fine, I think. Okay, alright. Well, that just throws a wrench into all my plans now, doesn't it? We can still have fun without him, right? Yeah, I know, it was just, well, I was hoping between the four of us, it would be like a double date. Huh? Yeah, Damien, me, you and Inko. All together for a fancy lunch. Liz, Olivia and I aren't... Oh, I'm sorry, I just assumed. Shut up, bro, you know, if I know... Boy, this is embarrassing. Whole day seems like everything going wrong for me. It's fine. Yeah, well, we can still have a good time. I'm still having lunch with friends. I'm sure you guys would love it too. Come on. We're not dating. What did you do while you were sick? You were lying on her lap, you fucking moron. I mean, at the time he was drugged up because he was drinking lean without knowing, but... Liz leads us through the streets, pointing out our destination when it comes into view through the towering skyscrapers. The building is more akin to a narrow spike aimed skyward with a large disc-like room built near the tip. What building is that? I swear to God. I know that's a real life one. Just don't remember. It's not the one out in Vegas. It's a different one, I think. And you see that space near the top? It's the restaurant. They built it in a way that the whole thing slowly rotates so your view changes while you eat. You can see the whole city, the ocean, even the mountains. Whoa. Where are you going? I've gone here with my parents all the time as a kid, and I always daydreamed about bringing friends and important guests there and, well, you know, business type stuff. This will be my first time on my own, well, you know. Yeah. You'll see, there's even a... Whoop, hold it. We lost Olivia. We turn around to check on our errant gator friend, who's a bit farther behind and grimacing. She comes slowly rolling in, fighting to hide the slight winces every time she pushes herself. Oh, sorry. It's fine. You know, you sure you don't want help? I can manage on my own, please. They were really close friends. Yeah, bullshit. Both in denial about liking each other. Alright, you wanna lead the way? Alright. It's that space needle looking place, right? She rows ahead. Liz and I follow behind, continuing our conversation. The restaurant is an impressive spire, with the actual seating area 30 floors or so up. After Liz verifies her reservation, we're let into a special elevator with a glass front. After a minute or so of rising above the city, we stop and the doors slide open to reveal the restaurant. It's a circular room, with the seating by the windows and an inner ring for bars, and the kitchen making up the centre. Definitely a carefully crafted place. I wonder if it'll be the kind of place my parents would bring me to. Your parents don't do fuck all for you, Inko. A waitress greets us and leads us to a table by the windows. One of the seats closest to the window is moved so Olivia's wheelchair can fit by the table. She approaches the space and stops. She's looking down out the window. Can we switch seats? Afraid of heights? Shut. Alright. I oblige shifting the seat over so she can sit so she sits instead by the aisle. Gameplay. Quite a view, huh? I can see why it would make you squeamish, Olivia. Heights also scare the living daylights out of me, says the Brachiosaurus. What? Are you afraid of heights, Liz? Well, yeah, isn't everyone? What? That doesn't make any goddamn sense, Liz. Your head hangs 3 stories above your shoulders and height scares you. Look, arachnophobia is the irrational fear of... Acrophobia is the irrational fear of heights, okay? So of course it doesn't make sense, but still. That, whatever. Height sucks, we can agree on that at least. So, what do you think? It's very nice. I can see why you wanted to come here. Liz nods. My family usually comes here once a year. Uncle Ferris has to remember to bring along a letter from the owner saying he's fine to let in, and he won't bring the whole tower down. What the hell is Biscay? Olivia's looking into the menus. Right, we're here to eat. Lobster Biscay? It's lobster's tail in a creamy kind of soup. Then why not call it lobster soup? Biscay is a stupid word. I looked down at the menu myself. There's all your standard options between pastas, sandwiches, cuts of meat, some weird novelty things, but I actually like trying those. I guess I'll have... Oh damn. Double tropical cheeseburger with pineapple sauce. What? Pineapple sauce. Chicken pizza. The chicken is the crust. That's weird. Entire leg of cow. Carnivore section. Same as with Olivia. Probably gonna check that one. Volcaldera kebab. The wooden steak is even carved to look like the restaurant. Hell yeah. You sure? With onion rings. If you want it, I'm buying. They serve breakfast all day too. I'm going with their pancake platter. Liz waves a waitress over and we give our orders. Nostalgia pick. You got me. It takes me way back. Cow leg. Now I'm just hungry. Mouth's foaming. She stares out the window. Person afraid of heights stares out the fucking window to a 30-story building. I look out at the horizon as well. The view has shifted a bit to show the mountains. We all look out for a long while. Maybe a little too long. Ordinarily, this would be around the time Damien would say something that kept the conversation going. Oh right, he's usually the one bringing us all together. Yeah, it is strange to think about it, but Liz and Olivia aren't really more than acquaintances. But during lunch, it's Damien that always makes sure everyone else is included in the conversation. He's a good lad. Nothing comes to mind. I don't think I'd make a good Damien. One moment, please. I ring Damien in the hallway. He's sick, yes, but hopefully he'll have something for me to use. If he picks up, please. Vinny. Yellow. Vinny, I want to talk to Damien. Nah, he's out right now. Mom's with him in the backyard. He's puking his guts out into a bucket. Why? Pest control guys buy it from us for $50. Gross. What did you want from him? I can tell him when he comes back in. Oh, why not? I wanted to know how he always keeps our friend group so lively. Like, I was considering small talk, just bringing up movies or something. Ew, no, movies suck. Nobody actually likes them. What? I'm playing I'm playing Fortnite. I'll turn it down so you can hear me. Damn. Vinny cranking them 90s. I don't know why I screenshot that. Fuck off. Vinny is Vinny. I like Vinny better than Vanny. Cause look at him, he's probably autistic or something. He's just like his brother. I heard what you said. It was just dumb. Was it? Yeah. There's a pause for a moment. Movies always sucked. Like they started in black and white and without sound, and they never really got better. And when they peaked in the 70s, they only barely became watchable. Have you ever watched The Godfather? Dad made me watch that stuff and it just sucked. No, you probably just didn't get it. Dad explained the whole plot, ins and outs, and it really just it was just mid-trash. What movie won awards? That movie won awards. You can't just call it trash. Are you seriously fighting with Vinny over Yeah, I can. Movies are just a trash genre of content. Even the best ones are usually just polished turds that waste your time. Okay then, what's a good movie? Ever heard of Mr. Beast? How about Storytime Animators? Fuck Vinny. Fuck you, man. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm not any popular content on your... I'm not. Any popular content on you, Snoop, provides more value for your time than the classics that you old people fawn for over, and it still sucks. Those aren't even movies. They may move and I watched them. Not my point, you troglodyte. As if you could ever even... As if you could ever even think of comparing that slop to the likes of Star Wars, The Godfather, Blade Runner 2049. Movies are one massive pile of doo-doo fart, but even I can sometimes make something mediocre. These are billion-dollar franchises. Millions of people would disagree with this deranged nonsense. Doo-doo fart. Oh my god, I just noticed. Oh my god, you little... Listen, you little chump, next time I see you, I'm gonna make you write wring your little neck like a wash rag. What? Who is this? Shit. Calm down, kill him later. Nuts. I didn't get the advice. You just fought with a child about fucking movies, you dork. I sulk back to my seat and slump down, catching my breath. Oh, you alright? Your eye is twitching. I don't think I've ever been more angry in my life. What happened? I don't want to talk about it. I rub the tension from my face. Fine. I can be a good Damien all by myself. So, Liz, yeah? You mentioned when you first met you wanted to be an art dealer. Getting the right people, the right paintings, right? How's that going? Oh yeah, it's going great. I just got accepted to Marshland U, actually. Oh snap. Yeah, I'll finally get everything all worked out for myself. I'm gonna hit the ground running once I'm gonna hit the ground running once I graduate. That's pretty cool. I'm still figuring things out. You too, right, Olivia? You only got short-term goals right now, but I'm interested in what Liz was talking about. Right, I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem for Olivia to replace the stolen painting. But what was annoying was having to contact the Treasury and administration about the broken cabinet. I mean, what even happened? Whoever did it, I wish they could have dealt with Mrs. Scaler's neurotic tantrum the way I did. Fucking based, Mr. Latican. We're still finding glass shards all over the floor, and I get screamed at as if I'm the one responsible for it. Fucking based, Mr. Latican. Scaler needs to put the coffee mug down sometimes. Jeez. It's not a problem anymore. We've already ordered a new display. It should be installed next month. I got off track. What were we talking about again? The art dealing thing? I'm actually interested. Oh, well, the plan is to be able to open my own business. I'll start online and work my way up to having a physical location. Uncle Ferris told me he's willing to help me figure the legal part out. I've already gotten a few connections, some people that might be interested in being involved, that run some pretty decent prices for me. And I'll be selling my own works too. I've gotten even better at painting since the start of the year. Have you noticed? I think you have, yeah. Although, since I'm no artist, I'll admit some of the detail are probably lost on me. Liz nods. Maybe I'll just buy one sometime. You'll give me a discount, right? Ha, maybe. Olivia, have you painted anything good recently? No. Oh, sorry. It's fine. Well, I got one I really want to be doing. Why don't you? 'Cause I got dragged here instead. Dang it, Olivia. Not that I'm mad. Liz looks like she wants to say something. The thought dies on her tongue. Yeah. The conversation and the tension, thankfully, gets interrupted as our food arrives. The social media influencer in me itches to take a photo of each plate, especially with how good the presentation is. Dang, I should have brought my camera along with me. Wait, I have my phone. Say, Olivia. I turned just in time to see her clamp her jaw on the hunk of meat, tearing it right off the bone. Huh? Never mind. How's it taste? She takes a moment to chew her food before sending it down the hatch, then smiling as she gives me a greasy thumbs up. Liz chuckles for Olivia's good review as she lowers her head to give the first bite of her pancakes. How? When she swallows, how does it get all the way up there and then, like, huh? Given that neck is making movement equivalent to doing the happy dance, I'm guessing the pancakes are good here. They'd want to be if you were eating in a big fancy restaurant. My view had changed again, and now having noticed it, I could almost feel the slow rotation of the room. I savor my onion rings while watching Wall Caldera Bluffs pan right by us, taking in the amazing view. My thoughts reach out for my camera, although calculating the restaurant's rotation with the proper settings to capture the full 360 panoramic I could achieve. And a separate section of my mind recalls the other panoramics of the city I saw. The one that is now nothing more but shredded debris. Say, Liz. The Brachiosaurus takes a moment to respond as she attempts to cram her snout into the glass of water. Stupid glass, no straw. Yeah. So you mentioned all about wanting to be an art dealer and be a part of the system. I guess it could be cool if we work together. Come again? I don't know, just seems like a decent idea. No, I get you. Now it's Liz's turn to pause for her from her food. Sit upright and carefully tap the napkin on her closed lips. Maybe, but I don't think you'd want that, honestly. No, that'd be cool, I'd like that. Oh, yeah, maybe, I'm not sure. Not sure? Yeah, I'm trying to get this whole thing off the ground on my own. Without others' help, right? Like, how you feel about your art stuff. That's different. The point is, it's important to me that my start is as self-sustaining as possible. But you just said you had connections and your uncle, yeah, family and such. Not. Olivia raises the iconic eyebrow. Friends, or is it just me? Olivia, don't even start to make a scene. I have to do something. Olivia, Liz, come on guys. Can we finish lunch first? How am I making a scene, Liz? I'm just curious about your life for once. Well, not like this then. I'd rather you go back to giving me the silent treatment. Oh no. Oh no, no. No, what have I done? What's your deal? Damien and Inko want us to be friends. Here I am actually trying, and what? Am I not worthy enough for your stuck up? Ugh. I didn't want my friendship before, or Damien's for years. It just sounds a bit like you just want to be friends now because you can get something out of it. I want to be friends, just not like that. I thought things would finally start getting good. Olivia, there's a lot of people less fortunate than you. You have the support of your friends, all the offers. You can't blame me if you just ignore Bo. Liz, let me finish, please. I'm not mad. I envy you, I admit it. Anyone would effortlessly getting that attention and help. I hate it. I know, and I know it's wrong, but that's what I've been thinking for a while. I see all these things you have available to you all these years, and you just take them for granted. I just think it's a wasteful way to live. Look, sorry, I appreciate you guys. After telling to my face how you rather be elsewhere and not here while eating at my expense, you know what, Olivia? This is the most nice I can do for you at the moment, because you really don't deserve anything else. Liz claps a hand over my mouth. Olivia doesn't respond. She looks down at her plate. I'm going to use the bathroom. She pushes herself away from the table and through the aisle. Oh no. You snapping on her too? Jesus. I'm sorry, Liz. I didn't mean to snap, but you did. It's alright. Once Olivia gets back, you can apologise. No, I don't think I can. After everything I think I deserve that much. Good God. The brief was to just get these two talking and have a good time, and it's like a grenade was thrown into the table. Wow, I'm a terrible fucking Damien, let me tell you. Liz, yeah? Why didn't it work? Why didn't what work? I know you two aren't on the greatest terms, so I tried to keep conversation going, so it wouldn't get awkward and nobody would get left out like Damien does. I feel like this was somehow my fault, but how? I did everything I was supposed to. I don't think you did anything wrong. Why does this never happen around Damien? Good question. I don't know. This picks up her plate, popping the yolk of her over easy egg. She's probably not in the mood if I pushed any further and said anything I want to say right now. Olivia wouldn't like me prodding right now either. There's no options. I tried to think of something to do, but nothing. I can't think of doing anything at all. Not without making someone uncomfortable, or worse, getting them mad at me. I've never even anticipated something like this happening. It's frustrating. I can't do anything, but I can't do nothing, obviously. Not if I want to smooth things over. Right now, Olivia's in the bathroom. She's actually just fooling around the hallway. But the point is the two are separated. I can work something out. Should I keep trying then? I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. I think I'd rather you didn't. I'm fucking thirsty again. Jesus Christ. All this reading. Okay, back. Now. Well, I'm gonna go find the homegirl. A heavy breath escapes me as I stand from my chair. If you'll excuse me, Liz. Her head tilts comically further than needed in the question. Just want to check on Olivia. Oh. She waves me off as I turn away. Making my way through the restaurant, a part of me marvels at how I don't even feel the room spin. Kinda makes me dizzy, honestly. But it's just mental busy work to distract myself. After all, I've no idea what I'm gonna say to Olivia. Hey, should I ask her how she is? Inko? Well, I'm on the spot now. Hey, just came to see what you were doing. I thought I had more time to think about things. Excuse me. But instead of being by the restrooms, Olivia was... Why are you here by the bar? I wanted to see if they'd give me a mimosa. A mimosa? What? Mimosa. You know, like OJ and champagne. Olivia, you can't drink. Says you. I'd say for her being a gator, she's probably got like a big alcohol tolerance. She takes a long sip from a glass flute filled with orange liquid. I make to slap it out of her hand, but her tail stops me. I'm joking, jeez. It's like you. Inko. Virgin. Fuck's sake. Stop dissing on him for that. Jesus Christ, so am I. And I'm nearly 20. Leave him alone, bro. I just exposed myself. I'm never gonna make it back. I'm cooked, bro. Oh, no, I'm not cooked. I'm burnt. She grins at my scowl and continues sipping on her drink. Want some? She holds out the glass with me, with the small, smug smile of hers. Taking the flute, I can clearly see where her lips had touched it. Olivia looks to be leaning forward as I stare at the glass. Ignoring the heat in my cheeks, I take the glass above me, carefully pouring some of the liquid into my mouth. Oh. This is just a ginger ale, Olivia. Handing her back the glass for a split second, I thought I saw some disappointment in her eyes. Dude, you're doing everything to fumble this. Maybe I'm just seeing things now. With a shake of my head, I refocus. I came to check on Olivia and fix things between her and Liz. You okay, Olivia? Yeah, totally. Why wouldn't I be? Her eyes are wide open, and yet not looking my way. Well, because of what Liz said. Oh. She sags in her chair. Olivia? No, yeah, that was... Her fingers circle the lip of her glass as she thinks. I'm not hurt, just frustrated. She looks at her glass one final time and then downs the last quarter of it in a single swallow. Afterwards, Olivia sets it on the bar, on top of a couple crumpled dollar bills. I mean, Liz doesn't get it, Inko. Maybe if she walked a mile in my shoes, she would, but I hate to see you guys go at it like that. Yeah, maybe it's been a long time coming for me, but who cares? A long time coming? I know she's been a bit frustrated for a while. Probably been holding that in. Doesn't mean I want to hear it though. All the time I've known her, she's just been so far ahead of me. You heard her yap about how her art's getting a bit better, how many connections she has, and how it'll get her $1 billion or whatever. Yeah, I'm a bit of a yapper. I'm the best artist, but I don't even know how to start getting my crap together like that. I look at that chasm between us and it fills me with dread. It's just jealousy, I know it. It's just been getting worse every time she mentions getting further in life. Well, I can't even convince myself to try. It's different actually getting her upset at me over this specifically. I just mentioned being someone she'd consider a real acquaintance and she blows up like that. You want to talk about it? No. You sure? Is that what you wanted to see me about? Partially. The other part is that I'm a bit confused. I wasn't expecting things to go the way they did. So I came to see you, to ask for some help to make this right. Uh-huh. Well, I'm not apologizing, if that's what you mean. I'm gonna choose this one, because I think she knows a lot more about people. No, that's not it. Ruin my scalp to help my thoughts flow. I just let my words come out unfiltered. I'm serious here, Olivia. I need help. I need some help. I have her full attention now, and my words just keep coming. I feel like I did everything right, but it went wrong. You and Liz got into an argument, and I thought it wasn't heated. You got hurt. That scares me. For a brief moment, Olivia's grey eyes widen in surprise. I have a few ideas on what to do, but nothing that won't make someone upset, or worse, get them mad at me. Why do you care about our opinions so much? Because you're my friends. I want us all to get along and enjoy the lunch we got invited to. But I don't know how to fix it. The only thing I can think of is just probably make you guys upset at me. So that's why I'm asking you. Me? You're self-reliant. You're strong in the stance to never accept help on account of your condition. For the longest time, that confused me. Well, it still does, but you do it. It confuses you. Well, it's like others are willing to give you, or willing to give, and giving feels good. So when you deny it, it's like telling them those thoughts don't matter. One way to put it. That's the part I don't get. Even though everyone stands to gain something for the sake of your goals, you don't accept it. You take the hard road. Saying it out loud. I like it. I'm willing to give it a shot. But I don't know how. What did you do when there's no good option? Wow. Well, thanks. I guess I'll put it this way. It'd make an alcoholic happy to give him alcohol, even though it hurts him. But sending him to rehab, that's painful. It's not a happy journey to make, but it's good for him. Absolutely. That's my point. Don't worry about making others comfortable and happy if something needs getting done. In my case, that means ignoring the help because my own goals need to be done. If it makes some uncomfortable, then it's their problem, not mine. When something needs doing, you just gotta do it. And when no option seems sorry. And when no option seems like it'll make people happy, well, you do what you can. That makes sense? I'm making this up as I go along. I think so, yeah. If it's the right thing, you'll get the support you need. After all, I got you. And even if you don't, standing alone for your standards is cool. You be trying, and that's what matters. Yeah. Thanks, Olivia. Hey, you're welcome. Saying all that out loud is helping me understand a few things too. You ready to head back? I have an idea how to smooth everything over. Sure. Sorry. I'm curious what you have in mind. Even if you think I won't like it. I stare heading back to the table. Olivia follows close behind me. Yeah, you guys are back. Everything good? All cooled off? Yeah, everything's great. Want to give you 2 cents. Try to resolve everything. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know what to do. Both of you were wrong. take a deep breath. I don't really want to have to do this. Olivia watches carefully. She talked me through this. I can do it. She won't stop being my friend over this. Get over yourself, Wingo. Just say what needs to be said. Last? Yeah. I think you're both acting silly. Really? Both of us? I don't know. I didn't know that trying to get you guys conversing would make the sour feelings come up. And that was my mistake, my bad. But it's just ridiculous. Liz, I get Olivia was a shut-in and didn't open up to you back then, but that's clearly not the case anymore, is it? That was a question? No, I guess not. Then what use is holding a grudge? Accomplishing your goals on your own is fine. That's your prereq. Dog is whining in her sleep. What is the dog doing, lads? Weird. Prerogative. But when you say Olivia's just treating you differently because she has something to gain, you know that's not right. And Olivia, I hate to say this, but you have to be pretty thoughtless here as well. You have been pretty thoughtless here as well. Liz is trying to do something nice for us, and hey, we all get to have a nice dinner in this crazy place. But when you say you'd rather be home painting, it's not just insulting, Liz. It tells me you'd rather not be here with me as well. I love how much you've opened up to us, Olivia. That seems to me is that both of you just refuse to see eye to eye. Too much pride going on. The sooner we stop trying to get the other to act the way we think they should, the better. And I thank you for your advice. I hope you won't be mad at me for saying this, but just please be a little more considerate. That's it. Again, sorry if I went too far. You're right. There's a little eloquent. That's a little eloquent from such a little argument. Well, it was bothering me, and it would have turned into something more given time. Alright, that's fair. I appreciate the effort. That's what you had in mind when you asked for advice? Yeah. I figured it'd be something a lot worse. Like the roast of the century you've been holding in against us. But if it's that, that's also decent. You're usually pretty thoughtless, so I guess I can see how that was a lot for you. We're nearly adults. That's not going to bother us. Yeah, at least it shouldn't. So are you good? Yeah. Thanks, Enko. Thanks. That went much better than expected. After things settled down, we finished off our meals. Well, Olivia finished our meals. Liz had noticed it first when one of her whole pancakes simply vanished, and I thought my onion ring pile was looking smaller by the minute. Looking Olivia's way, she simply waved at us with the most bizarre concoction of onion rings, flapjack syrup, and beef on her plate. What? I'll make you guys better food than this later. The theft of our food stopped shortly after that, and though the portions had diminished, we all were thoroughly satisfied with the meal. I offered to pay, or at least pinch in with the check, but Liz refused. She insisted, since it was her idea to begin with. But I had always figured it was the man's place to pay for a date, and this was a date, kinda. Neither of our hands lifted from the tiny leather booklet, and I don't know how long we spent playing tug-of-war over it. Olivia at least found it amusing, even recording our stare down on her phone. But victory was mine, as I managed to palm the debit card to the waitress before Liz could give her back the bill booklet. With that done, all that was left for us here was making the most of the view. Olivia led the way to the observation deck on the floor beneath the restaurant, and she immediately regretted it, as the blast of cold air even had me shiver a bit. I'm just gonna open my window. The altitude plus the late fall weather meant the deck was mostly clear of guests, but the view was easily worth the cold, as I made a mental note to come back here one day with my DSLR. We slowly moved to the railing so we can fully take in the skyline from the bluffs and out towards the ocean, along the city's skyscrapers that were dwarfed by this spire. And as I scan over it, I double down on the mental note, because seeing Olivia's silhouette by this beautiful view is brr. I don't get how you two can stand this temperature. You're in a skirt and, like, you know, your sleeves up and everything. At least they're kind of dressed for, you know. Liz doesn't look that cold. All she's doing is rubbing her arms in a theatrical manner. I'm gonna be by the elevator, guys, Kay. Her head moves next to Olivia, and there's hush whispers shared between them. Finally, Liz's body turns and leaves, her head following shortly after with a beaming smile. Olivia, don't ask. Her eyes remain on the horizon. Maybe it was a little colder though, as Olivia's face is slowly turning red. I doubt it. Something up? Well. Her eyes trail down and her hands raise until she's carefully examining her wrist. I watch as she carefully tests her hands, wincing occasionally as she slowly flexes and rotates her hands. About the painting. Not until you're bare. I know. I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna be way out of practice when I'm all better. So you're going to practice? She smiles as she turns to me, probably excited about the prospect of starting work on that soon. Yes, I have the mental image for it in my mind and everything. Her smile lessens though, and her tone becomes uneasy. I just want to make it perfect. I have the mental image, but I won't have the skill. Plus, between the carpal tunnel and rushing out all those pieces for Mia, I think I understand what she's getting at, but her smile is back again. Once I can paint again, I need time to practice. I want to show Mr. Latican the greatest piece I can create. Do you need anything? My words cut my thoughts off. No, I have all the paint, and no, I mean, do you need any help? with your practice? Her face glows red again. Maybe. Well, I don't know how much help I can be. What with my complete lack of painting talent. But otherwise, yeah, I'll do whatever I can for you, Olivia. I promise. I cemented with a smile and a thumbs up. Thanks. I think we only stood out on the viewing deck for a few more minutes. After a practically cold draft had swept us over, Olivia figured she'd had enough of the chilly air here. We made our way back inside to the elevator station, where Liz was standing idly. She and Olivia looked at each other for a moment. The two held their stare locked in on each other for about half a minute before Olivia looked to the side. So, what else is there to do here? A lot, evidently. Once we'd gotten back to terra firma, Liz had taken it upon herself to walk us around the entire block. The whole area was like a miniature theme park, with a lot of street vendors selling tourist trap gifts. We spent the rest of the day just wandering the city park here, enjoying the late fall day to the best we could. Excuse me. Eventually, as the sun sunk below the horizon, Mr. Ferris found us. One sec, I'm just kind of looking at something that I don't like the look of. God, that's ugly. Ooh, my skin is peeling off. And it's... Ow. I should put my bandages on soon. Kind of just trying to let my wound air out, but it just looks bad. It's like a deep red. Yikes. Whatever. Can't be that bad, right? I had forgotten that we'd come here in the first place because of a business meeting is. Liz and him waved us goodbye as they broke away and headed for the parking lot, while I pushed a very tired Gator girl to the metro station. I don't think she minded much, honestly, as she clutched her tail to her chest and used it as a makeshift pillow. That's a nice image. She looks so sweet like that, as the perfect background for my phone. She must never learn of this though, because I don't think I'd survive. I'm sure she'd be flattered, Inko, but it'd be worth it. After going home that night, Olivia texted me all night and well into the morning. We ended up talking about all sorts of things. Mia, our art, various shows, just about everything. Never seen her that excited before. For someone with sore hands, she sure types fast. And for someone that doesn't much like talking at all, she sure types a lot. I certainly can't keep up. And when she didn't want to talk, she sent more doodles and sketches. Sleep wasn't really an option on my end either, and Guts's doodle ventures were quite entertaining to read. I'm gonna see any more of them. Since then, I've been texting more every night. Not as much, since I do need my sleep. But right now, I'm just waiting for art class to end. Mr. Triggums is apparently one of those substitutes that demands complete silence until the class is over, but doesn't care beyond that. So even though I'm sitting about 2 feet away from Olivia, we're having to text each other. She's quite the storyteller with these doodles. Like right now, as I tried to keep up with the tale of Guts riding a... What's he riding again? He's piloting the main golem from Gundam Finn. A giant robot from one of the shows she's been wanting us to watch together. I mean, we would. I totally would. I totally want to. Just Olivia and I sitting side by side on my couch. Is that all? Maybe as we're getting tired we start leaning against each other. My man. I could even offer to keep her warm. Whoops. Catching my phone on the precipice, is the right word? Of my desk. I see that Olivia had sent an even more detailed version of the previous Guts drawing. And this is why, for how dumb as it is, Finn is still fun to watch. This might be a reference to something. But cool. Rat. I don't get it. You almost didn't get your phone just now. If you'd watch it, you would know. Wait a minute. No. One day, maybe. Though it's... No, only if it's with her. One day, yes. Oh crap, teacher. Don't want to lose my phone. Okay. After a couple of minutes without any alerts, I accept that the Gator girl really is done for now. With a quick look at the clock on the wall, I figure I've got a few more minutes before I absolutely must hide my own phone. Vatican's been out for about a week and a half, so I would have been stuck with we've been stuck with Mr. Triggums. Apparently he doesn't like electives. I swiped back, looking through her pieces she'd sent me over the last couple hours. A lot of the references go over my head, but the few that don't earn a hearty chuckle from me. Then there's the more detailed ones, the drawings that'd be good enough to actually render. I smile as I save those. I'd been meaning to ask if she'd finish one back when she started doing this, but I never got around to it, simply saving it in a folder that's grown to a couple dozen now. Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Thank you. The announcement makes me nearly drop my phone again. They've been going on all morning, just random students to the office. A buzz from my phone has me check it again to see another message from the Gator girl. Never mind. Teach is acting weird today. Weird? I look at our substitute. Mr. Triggums isn't paying attention to us. In fact, he's kinda looking through the desk he's at. Weird. Same here. I think it has to do with the office thing. I don't know. I was thinking it was the short day maybe. That was another thing. I think the entire class realised something was up. Without fast class periods we're going today. You dumbass. Aw man. Look at my phone, the floor, the corner of the screen chipped away. picking it back up before any of my classmates step on it on their way to lunch. I also just noticed that Ben wasn't here in class either. Oh, that's bad. Bit like mine though. Hurry up, short day means lunch is easier. Yeah, but also there's a rise in suspicion. Heading to lunch, I realise I'm actually not that hungry. Strange, but I guess it's an internal clock time thing. I'm just so used to eating at the same time every day. No. Looks like I'm not the only one, as the usual war zone in the cafeteria has expanded to spill into the surrounding hallways. It's loud enough to even cover up the continued announcements. Urkel, thank you. Mostly. I've gotten pretty good at weaving through the chaos relatively unscathed, but man, these guys have way too much energy. What are they even fighting about? But as always, the table in the back is left alone. Demo's back. And she has one of those things. Damien is chatting loudly about his day so far to Olivia, who's occasionally poking Liz across the table with a toy claw hand. Liz flails her arms around to shoo away the offending poke, but never bothers to crane her neck down from the rafters. She perks up when she sees me. Yo, it's Inco. Hey, what's not going on at Olive Garden today? Whack his noggin. The meter stick falls on my head. Yeah, it was just a joke, a quip. How long did it take you to come up with that one? It was about 2 in the morning last night. Whack him again. Hey! Best $10 I've ever spent. You've spent $10 on that thing. It looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. Just like the real one. She'll bully you for for saying dumb stuff. Oh, it's meant to be fucking bite me. She makes the head gnaw on my face a little. Hehehe. I'll go sit somewhere else. Do it. I got a new friend right here. Oh wow, I have an actual friend that isn't addicted to makeup pheromones. That makes me so happy. Your ventriloquism needs a bit of work. I still think it's a little weird. Oh, live a little. Say, you guys aren't eating today. It's too early. I'll just eat when I get home. The lunch ladies don't really try on half days. Don't they? Or don't they not try normally? Sorry. The difference makes itself known. I was out for a week. I'm just gonna steal some of whatever Olivia makes later. Get your own. I changed my mind. That was too much power. This is great. Yoink. Olivia reaches over to gnaw at Damien again, and I snatch it out of the air. Ah, no! I aim to hitch it right onto Olivia's snout. Bullseye, it clamped shut. The evil is defeated. While I'm giggling like a schoolgirl, Olivia uses the chance to grab the hand back. Fine, no more claw today. She hastily stuffs the plastic toy in her backpack. After some more real small talk, Damien's attention wanders towards Liz, who seems to be lost in thought. Hillies, what's in your head? Huh? Oh, I was just thinking about earlier today. I was talking to Principal Scaler this morning while running some errands for Stuco, and she was really out of it. Out of it? Yeah, like, she didn't want to be here today. I tried to pry, but she clammed up. I'd never seen her like that before. She must have drank bad coffee or something. I don't think that makes people sad. I can tell you from experience. It just makes you really have to fuck off. Looks like I got a text. Liz pulls out her phone, craning her head down to get a better look at the screen. It's from Ben. Come, having a student council meeting. Huh. Normally it's a bit more formal than that. I guess since it's a half day and all. Oh well, duty calls. Sorry for having to leave early, guys. No worries, Liz. We can meet up after school. Sounds good. I'll see you all later then. What would you guys want to do after school? I don't know, maybe we can hang out at my place. Too cold to get in the pool, but I'm sure we can think of something. I look over to Olivia, who doesn't seem to have any objections to the idea, but no input of her own. Got any ideas, Liv? We could just doodle some stuff. Like charades? Yeah, make it into a game of sorts. That sounds pretty fun, actually. Then I can really wipe the floor with Olivia. Oh, save your breath, neato. You know my stuff will own you and your chicken scratch. Wanna bet? Ha! That's a sucker bet. Alright then, loser has to pay for food. Deal. We shake hands, making the wager official. Would Olivia Alford please come to the office? Would Olivia Alford please come to the office? Thank you. The monotone voice on the intercom, combined with the strange atmosphere of the school, is starting to unnerve me. We all look at the Gator girl, who rolls her eyes and starts wheeling away from the table and towards the exit. After she'd left, something felt more off. Lunch came to an end, and the school day was close to the same. Just a couple more periods before we can hang out somewhere with all the extra free time. I look at Olivia's desk, still empty 5 minutes into Brocklin's class. I mean, yeah, she hates this class the most, but it's really become a habit at this point. Just like how it's become a habit for me to write an extra set of notes for Olivia. I look at the two mostly blank pages in front of me. Like with our teachers, I noticed something off with Brocklin. Excuse me. She barely says anything. Instead, just asking us to read the chapter on the Great War. I do just as asked. 5 pages in, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that it was the stupidest reason for a world war to break out. A bunch of European countries unhappy with being ruled by a bunch of other European empires deciding to revolt and dragging all their allies into the quagmire. I'm really struggling to make sense of the information, made worse with how outdated the textbooks are. Seriously, they're written so bad, it ought to be a crime. It oozes pro-Gilded Age corporatism. The kind that genuinely believed that anything bigger than a gathering of 10 people was a form of unionism. With a sigh, I busy myself with taking notes for myself and Olivia. As I do, my eyes continue to wander the classroom. Everyone just looks disinterested in the subject matter. I look over to Proclin. She herself doesn't seem interested in the subject matter as well. In fact, she's kind of staring off into space. It's highly unusual, considering how much emphasis she puts on proper class focus. What's going on? I'm kind of nervous. Yet there she is, spacing out like she's no better than the teenagers she teaches on the daily. I'm almost tempted to raise my hand and ask her a question to snap her back to reality when the room's speaker comes to life. Would Incognito please report to the office? Incognito, please report to the office. Thank you. I look up to Procling. I got called, but she's still the arbiter of who leaves her class and when. But she doesn't meet my eyes after all. If anything, it looks like she's actively trying to avoid eye contact. I pack my things and shuffle out of the classroom, all the while she stares and murmurs from other students, growing even more intense. Why am I shaking? My mind immediately begins to wonder, why am I being summoned to the office? They sure are calling a lot of people. Maybe it's related to 2 weeks ago. I'd hope not. The only thing keeping me from me company on my march to the principal's office is the sound of rubber soles on tile. They must spend a fortune on polishing these floors. It's not long before I notice another pair of footsteps coming from somewhere ahead of me. I squint my eyes, quickly recognizing the figure that approaches. It's Ben. What's with the face? I guess the student council wrapped up their meeting, though there's no sign of Liz anywhere. As the parasaur makes his way closer, I notice he has a complicated expression on his face. Hey Ben, what's going on? He flinches as I call his name, and looks around like a lost child before he spots me. We make eye contact for a few seconds and he doesn't say anything. Everything alright, dude? Suddenly turns away and continues down the hall. A sinking feeling takes hold of my chest. There's a sinking feeling in my chest right now. I almost try to speak up and stop him, but can't think of anything to say. I guess I better get going. After another minute of walking, I reach the door to the principal's office and find it wide open. Come in. I step into the office and close the door behind me, following the source of the deep voice. Ferris. I realize now that I've never seen the interior of the office before. It's fairly standard for an office. A long wooden desk, a filing cabinet, a few potted plants, and a couple of shelves for storing other sort of things. However, on a closer inspection, I notice things look a little more disheveled than I expected. Manila folders are sewn across the desk. One of the filing cabinet drawers hangs open. The potted plants are either overwatered or wilting. Is this really Scaler's office, Mr. Nito? My attention is suddenly pulled away towards the hulking figure sitting behind the desk. I can only imagine what the office chair is going through right now. Sir, is everything alright? Have a seat, please. He motions to a small plastic chair on my side of the desk. How have you been, Inko? This can't be good. I oblige his request, taking a seat and trying to suppress my anxiety. I think I'm doing well. He nods to himself, holding his eyes closed. That's good to hear. The whale looks down at an open folder on his desk, taking a moment to look over some kind of document. I have news for you regarding your instructor for AP Art Design and Photography. You mean Mr. Latican? Yes, Mr. Latican. A fine teacher. If student surveys are anything to go by, he also spoke quite highly of you. Did you have a strong relationship with him? Yeah, I think so. Did something happen? My heart drops as Ferris's brow lowers ever so slightly. Suddenly his tone completely shifts into one more clinical. Over the last 2 years, Mr. Latican has been suffering from a rare form of chondrosarcoma that originated in his vertebrae. His tone is heavy. I don't quite know what ailment he just named, like he should be on the doctor's sorry, I can't read right now. His tone is heavy. I don't quite know what ailment he just named, like he should spit on the doctors responsible for discovering it. But the practiced movements and worn out features are undeniable. He's by no means a fragile man, but the tiredness he tries to hide is barely concealed. Every student he's broken the news to has taken something more from him. Tensing himself slightly to be as tactful as he can, the attempted reverence is lost. As he recited scripts lines just a few too many times already, he can't muster much more than this flat citation. This analysis means nothing. I'm just distracting myself with the reality of the situation, as I thought prolonged confirmation will keep it from happening. Mr. Ferris notices my subtle confusion and clarifies, like he must have done a few dozen times already. Bone cancer. Mr. Latican was well advised by medical professionals about the treatment options available for him, and the district offered him a generous medical leave on recognition of his tenure here at St. Hammond. He turned both of these down. The cacophony of thoughts swirling in my head makes it nearly impossible to focus on anything. Right now all I can do is revel in it. Time passes, I'm not sure how much, but I still can't get a grip on my own mind. Ferris is calmly waiting for me to say something, but I can tell he's becoming uncomfortable. There's only one thing that I can muster the will to ask. Why? The whale grimaces. I wish I had an answer. His infection tells of his own questionings though, or thoughts. The exchange seems to give Ferris the energy to continue, however. On Sunday, Mr. Latican was hospital due to complication with his illness. He passed away the following morning. Olivia was called here before me. Counselling will be available for you and anybody else affected. Sorry, do you know where Olivia went? No, she didn't say. I'd like to go now, Mr. Ferris. Yes, feel free. I stand up from the plastic chair, pushing it closer to the principal's desk. Offering one last nod to the superintendent, I let myself out of the office. As soon as the door clicks shut, I start running. Shit, where'd she go? The studio room, maybe? It's the best lead I have. Thanks to all those gym classes, I'll have no trouble getting there quickly. My new destination takes me up the main staircase of the school and into the second floor. It's not long before I'm staring down the hallway of Ledican's office or classroom. I breathe a sigh of relief as I spot Olivia sat in the front of the door. God, what did I even say to her? My thoughts come crashing as I halt, as I see another dinosaur beside her gesturing maniacally. Ben? From an outsider's view, it looks like Ben is trying to talk her into something. But there's much a stark contrast between their moods. I suppose Ben is mourning too, but maybe he's just handling it differently. That's the plan I have in mind. What do you think of it, Olivia? Yeah, okay. Olivia's reply came off weak and unfocused. She wasn't talking to Ben at all. Can I count on you to be a part of it? Sure. I remain obscured from view. This doesn't seem like a conversation I should intrude on. I'll just catch up with Olivia after. Honestly, I'm somewhat surprised that Ben is talking to her. No, maybe that Olivia is listening to Ben. That those differences are being put aside. For once, our priorities aligned. I had thoughts to come find Olivia too. I wonder, Latican was a mentor to each of us. Like, he'd always be around to help us, but now all the little things that make you anxious or aggravated are gone in an instant. And all that's left in reality, why bother with this dramatic garbage? If now's not the time to be brought together, then why? Or then when? I'm thinking too much. My hands are shivering. Something in my heart threatens to fall apart, but not now. Her voice was quiet for me to hear, but whatever she said wasn't what Ben wanted to hear. Olivia, I need to know that you're with me on this. Yeah. Olivia. Ben kneels right next to Olivia's chair, putting the two at eye level, while she kept her eyes averted to the side. I need to know that you're in on this fully. There's a strange panic in the Parasaur's voice. Please, Olivia, for him. What exactly is this about, though? Well, obviously it's about Ladican's death, but... Finally, after what I felt like a few minutes, despite it only being 4 or 5 seconds, Olivia looks back at Ben's face and gives him a meek nod. I'm gonna take that as a yes then. Gator Girl gives no other reply to Ben's words. The only sign that his words had registered in her mind were her hands suddenly, yet gently shaking all the while her claws dug even deeper into the wheelchair's armrests. Her bulwark broke at last. Seeing the droplets from her eyes driven a searing pain through my chest. My instincts drove me forward beyond my common sense. I grip the blue boy's shoulder and pull him up. Ben. The Parasaur's eyes snapped up towards me. He makes eye contact with me, a depressive expression coating his face. Inko, what are you doing here? I wanted to see Olivia. Olivia's silver eyes finally lift, and the pain reflects in them threatens to shatter my aching heart. looks back to see those mournful eyes too, though his reaction seems to the opposite of mine as a smile draws across his face. The fuck you mean? What are you smiling about? Inco, hear me out. I'm trying to organise a eulogy for Latican. You know, say our goodbyes to him. He deserves it at least. Olivia, me, and you. He helped each of us out so much, and while the parasaur rambles on, I turn my attention solely on Olivia. I push past Ben and take a knee next to Olivia, now eye level with her. Ben finally stops talking. I can feel his stare boring into the back of my head. Get over it, will you? For a minute. A lot just fucking went down. He wants an answer for whatever he was just talking about. A eulogy for Mr. Latican. It's so surreal to think about that. To think that I spoke of him to think that I spoke to him only yesterday. And today he's just gone. A eulogy. Yeah, it's the least we can do for Latican as his pupils. He deserves so much more though. So much. Right, yeah, Olivia's probably feeling what I'm feeling right now. This fight between reality and emotions. Latican's gone. And I'm still trying to process it. Trying to accept the fact that I'll never see him again. Or listen to him again, or get advice from him again. Never get to impress him again. Or show him how much I've improved because of his lessons. I don't think I'm ready to accept he's gone. Ben clears his throat, snapping me from my stupor and back to our current reality. I'm sorry to be so pushy, but I need to know if you and Olivia are in or not. Ben turns to look at Olivia as he says those words. Olivia, meanwhile, continues to stare absent-mindedly at the wall, almost as if Ben's words were not emanating from right next to her, but a few dozen miles away instead. Ben, I don't think. I suddenly feel a cool scaled hand fall on top of my own. I turn to look into Olivia's pain-stricken eyes. They gave deeply into mine, pleading, begging to make the pain vanish. I don't quite know what I should do. Fuck. I can come back. No, we're not ready. Because she said she wanted to do that painting for him. But now he's gone. But it can still be done. I can always load my save. Can you give us some time, Ben? The student council president taken aback by my words. But you, Olivia. His frustration with us seems to grow with each second. Ben, look, no. Great, now pissy boy now. I turn fully to Ben with my hands raised defensively. Ben, listen. You need to do this. For Latican. For everyone that cared about him. For us. So why won't you help me? We want to, Ben, really. But can't you see that what you're asking is for us way too soon? Damn it, we just found out. His breathing is haggard now, his composure completely blown. Look here, blue boy. You calm the fuck down now. Fucking blue balls McGee. And his own pain is painted across his face as he allows his glasses to slide away from his puffy red eyes. Just, Ben. Her voice is soft and gentle. Her head turns back to me, her own pain still in her eyes. But only sympathy too. She looks forward, and her words are more resolute. Ben, I understand. Parasaur boy's breathing hitches. You're right, we should do this, and I will. I promise I will, but it's too soon. We all need time. But. He clenches his teeth, followed by his fists. He takes a sharp, uneven breath, his glasses sliding off his face and right onto the floor. He's so agitated, so exasperated and devastated that he doesn't seem to care. My free hand finds itself on my other friend's shoulder, forming a full link between us. Olivia reaches down and picks up the prescription glasses, using her sleeve to smudge them cleanish. Ben struggles his already broken composure, fracturing further. His hands shake as he accepts the proffered eyewear from Olivia, having great difficulty setting them back on straight. When he can finally look up from the floor, his eyes are even more raw with fresh pain. You promise? Olivia nods at the quivering question, her own lips starting to shake as well. Yes, but for now Ben finally gets in, his emotions damn is near bursting. Yeah, you're right, sorry. Ben walks up to me and pats me on the shoulder, with a final solemn look at Olivia, and nods towards me. He walks out of the classroom and leaves Olivia and I alone. As the door clicks close behind me, I hear Olivia take a sharp and shuddery breath before turning to look at me. Her eyes are glossy and puffy on the edges. Trails of tears stain down her cheeks, and her expression is one of someone who doesn't want to believe that it's true, but knows deep down that it is. As I look at her, I feel my emotions come back twice as hard. No, I need to be strong for her sake, damn it. Olivia, I tried to find the proper words to say something to her. Anything that could give her any sense of comfort to ease the pain. But I feel my throat begin to tighten like someone's hand is around my neck. I don't even notice that I'm crying until my vision becomes blurred with tears. Without thinking, I wrap my arms around the barren ox and pull her into a hug. Olivia seems shocked at first, frozen by my sudden reaction. But I then feel a pair of arms wrap around me and hands clutching my jacket. Olivia begins to softly sob on my shoulder. I feel my own resolve break down as I hear the increasing pain in her cries. When we're like this, I can't even pretend to be the strong one anymore. Maybe I could bear the pain of Latican, but seeing Olivia like this, I hold on tight. I don't want to let her go. Suddenly she mumbles something into my shoulder. What was that? We pull apart and I look over Olivia. Her sunken face is covered in splotches and trails of wet and dry tears. She's hyperventilating and looks like an absolute mess right now. Despite this, Her eyes are fierce and lively as they meet mine. I need to do something. Right now. She doesn't respond, hurriedly rolling down the hall towards the elevator. Where would she? The fountain. The only place she could be going. I step forward to follow her but stop. No matter how I try, I can't continue. This is Olivia's promise, not mine. I'd have no right to intrude into it like that. My hesitancy robbed me of any choice in the matter. She went alone. I'm a fucking idiot. Alone in this freezing weather. While she's going through this, what the hell was I thinking? I start my silent march through the halls, out of the building, and onto the frozen wilderness. It's 1:21. I have to be up. I don't have much to say. I'm just gonna go. Good night.